welcome you back to Salt Lake City for Game 6. Hello again, everybody.
We're down 3-2. I know this sounds crazy. However, I like our position, and I'm confident we can win this series. Bob?
Jim, thanks a lot. The officials are Dick Bavetta and Hugh Hollins, who worked Game 3, each of them in Chicago, and Danny Crawford, who worked Game 2 of the finals here at the Delta Center. The Bulls are just 4-4 on the road in the playoffs, and in fact have lost 4 of their last 5 road games against their toughest opponents, the Pacers and the Jazz. Jordan guarded by Russell. Hornacek will open on Pippen. He'll try and post Scotty on him. They go to it right away. Stockton comes over on the double team. Now back to Scotty, and they couldn't recover. Hornacek was left alone with him, and an easy 2 for Scotty.
That's going to be the strategy here early. Try to go at Hornacek with Pippen. Michael will do a lot of the ball handling in the first period.
Malone against Longley. Has to give it up, and Jordan is the only guy there. Longley, who has contributed little offensively and has been abused defensively by Malone. It's Jordan missing his first shot, and Russell takes the rebound. It looks like Scottie Pippen is laboring as he moves up and down the court. Ahmad told you he's suffering from a bad back. Malone hits his first. 17 of 27 in Game 5. As the whole Utah team shot better than 50%. Hooked away, Malone chases it to the side. It'll belong to Chicago.
Bob, I think Scottie Pippen pulled his back out on that dunk shot on his first play when he reached up for the rim and he pulled it down. I think he stretched up and he grimaced as he came down. That Kukoc has the size advantage and also the speed advantage over Adam Keefe, and he can take him inside. Also, he can stick the outside J.
Malone got inside of Longley and drew the foul.
Now you watch Pippen come across the lane, and as he reaches up to dunk, he pulls his back out, and you see him grimace as he comes up the floor. Let's keep our eye on Scottie Pippen tonight.
Let's check in with Ahmad.
Bob, Scottie Pippen's really having a bad problem. In trying to bring the ball down, you can notice Michael sending him down the floor so he can bring the ball up. Now, as we mentioned earlier, that the strategy was to go to Scottie in the post. If his back continues to bother him, they may have to change that strategy. Bob?
You can see him with his hands on his knees, bending over, trying to limber up, wincing quite a bit. Malone hits the first. Generally, he and the Jazz team have not gone to the free throw line in the finals as often as they did during the regular season and in the earlier playoff rounds. The Bulls have had a big edge at the free throw line. Hornacek is now 18 for 46 in the series. Jordan, there's his first field goal. Pippen had it knocked away. Hornacek got a hand on it. Stockton takes it, dishes it to Jeff, who misses the driving one-hander. Jordan is wrapped up by Keefe for the Utah foul.
We just spoke with Chip Schaefer, the trainer for the Chicago Bulls. He said that Scottie Pippen is not sore, he is just sore. And he's having a problem really with his mobility, not able to bend over and grab the ball. But hopefully as he plays further and gets more warmed up, it'll improve. That's what they're hoping. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks.
With Scotty struggling, I think you're going to see the Jazz start picking up a little bit further down the floor.
Kukoc rebounds.
That's 2 layups now that the Jazz have missed here early in this first quarter. Hornacek and now Russell.
See, with Pippen hurting, I think Harper's going to have to step up big and supply the scoring load.
Jordan for 3. Got it. Jordan with 5. The Bulls lead by 9, but here's the bad news for them. Moments ago, Scottie Pippen, accompanied by trainer Chip Schaefer, leaves the bench and heads for the locker room. With more, here's Ahmad.
All right, Bob, I just spoke with Chip, and he told me that Scottie asked out of the game.
Jordan over Russell. Rebound to Carr, who immediately makes his presence felt.
Michael Jordan's illegal now, so the Bulls are all running around.
And it's their second illegal defense, which will result in a technical foul shot being taken.
And Jerry Sloan just got a technical. Phil Johnson comes over and settles him down a little bit. Jerry's got to maintain his composure right now. He just got the illegal defensive call for a technical, and then he follows it up with a technical of his own.
It's Jordan to shoot it first. Rodman and Jordan complete the 5 on the floor for Phil Jackson right now. Michael dishes out to Burrell. And Russell reaches in and knocks it away with 3 on the shot clock.
When Michael gives that ball up, you've got to really work hard and not let him catch it back, and that's what he did that time, Russell. Excellent D.
Got to shoot it quickly. Jordan will with a hand in his face. Burrell skies for the rebound. Loose to the side, and eventually it's Utah who has it. Here's Hornacek. A pull-up 3. It's hard to imagine Utah winning the next 2 games and taking the title unless Hornacek hits shots like that, which outside of game 2 in this series, he hasn't been doing. Shot clock violation. Michael gave it up. They weren't even close to hosting a shot before 24 seconds.
Carr came in, Isley giving him good minutes. That's been the difference.
Jordan. Rodman on the offensive glass. Wennington a good look. Wennington will hit the open jumper.
Offensive rebounds were such a key here. When the Bulls won game 2, they did not shoot well, but they got 18 offensive rebounds.
Moving down toward a minute to play in the first. Chicago by 1. And a whistle from Dick Bavetta. Another illegal defense.
That's on Michael Jordan. He got 2 zones below his man. Hornacek stayed out behind the 3-point line. Michael dropped down 2 areas, and he was spotted. Now it helps that Jerry Sloan is sitting there in the referee's ear helping him see Michael Jordan.
Hornacek hits the technical. Watch the byplay here between Malone and Rodman. A sign of respect, actually, it appeared to me.
You're it.
Chris Morris comes off the bench, making his first appearance for Utah. Antoine Carr gets a breather. There have been 3 illegal defense calls in this first quarter against Chicago.
Now, Bob, Antoine Carr is not a guy who plays heavy minutes. So I think what Jerry Sloan's going to try to do is maybe give him 5 or 6 minutes here or there to try to keep him as fresh as possible.
Isley bounces to Malone. Tough shot, but he cans it. Jordan over Russell. Tied at 22 with half a minute to play in the period. Malone against Wennington. Off balance, hit it, plus the foul.
Isley with the give and go. He doesn't settle for the jump shot. He puts the pressure on the defense, and it's a tough shot. And the same thing, he sees Wennington on him. He says, no way I can get this shot. He bodies up. Now an opportunity for a 3-point play, which would give his team a 3-point lead.
And the weak spot for the Chicago Bulls is when you get past Longley and Rodman, they have nothing behind them. Winnington can't hold Malone, and that's where they miss the big guys in terms of Caffey and O'Brien Williams. And Malone is smart to get into their bench now.
A dozen from Malone in the first quarter. A perfect 4 of 4 from the field. Almost as important, Hornacek has contributed 9. They need him. Kukoc. They had a foul to give. It looked like he traveled, but just before that, the whistle blew for the foul.
Now, Chris Morris slapped him from behind, so he took the good foul. Bulls will have to inbound the ball with 8.4 seconds to go, and Greg Foster's going to come into the game. Now, Bob DeRisi's in right now. And you give him a rest here at the end of the quarter, the last 8.4 seconds, and then the time during the break.
Jordan, double teamed, forces up the quarter's final shot and misses it.
Ahmad Rashad back at the Delta Center, and early on, Scottie Pippen re-injured his back on that dunk shot that he had just at the beginning of the game. He has been in the locker room for the past 5 or 6 minutes trying to stretch that back out. He has both doctors in there. They're just trying to see what they can do to get him ready to play. And if anything else happens, I will be here to report it to you. Bob?
Game 5, and Tony got 7 points to start the game.
Carr trying to back in on Rodman. It's off Anderson's hands, but recovered by Isley. 2 seconds to shoot. And he hits the three! Are they calling the shot clock violation? Let's see. Dick Pavetta says yes. And they wave it off, though it appeared to me as if he had beaten it. 1 second. It's on the way, and they missed the call.
Big break for the Chicago Bulls. Howard Isley lets this shot go. He gets it out of his hands, and you're going to see here, look, the shot clock actually should be at 1 here, but the ball is off. Right there, you see it. The ball is in the air at 1. That should have counted. That's a big turnaround, and the Bulls get a big break there. Instead of up 7 Utah, now it's only a 4-point game.
All right, Bob, I just found out that they're working on Scottie Pippen in the back, and I've been told that Scottie says he's telling the medical staff that he is not able to play. So that could be the end of it for Scottie tonight. Bob?
The Bulls can tie with a basket here or take the lead with a 3. Jordan, in and out on him, and Carr claims it. Carr from Stockton.
There you go. There you go.
Now you see Carr pull up and hit the 15-footer, but a moment ago he pulled up and missed that little easy bank shot off the glass. That 15-footer dead on is a better shot for him to take than the one off the glass.
Jordan wheels inside around Anderson, and again it's a 2-point game. Michael has 10. Malone in traffic, got his own and put it back in.
He feels that he can get anything that he wants underneath.
Jordan, daylight for 3.
See, with the Bulls depleted right now, the Jazz must keep the pace of this game up. They've got to use their superior depth and just keep trying to wear Michael Jordan down.
Jordan into the lane, tough shot, he was fouled. He'll come to the line with a chance to tie it.
So they really made the switch in Game 5. They started Russell on him, did a good job, and then they came in with Anderson. They put Hornacek on Pippen, and that really had an effect because Michael had to work a little bit harder in the post against Russell.
This is the 103rd game of the season for the Bulls and for Michael Jordan. Antoine Carr going out. Jordan hasn't missed a single game since he returned from baseball. Ron Harper returns to the Chicago lineup. He has also played more minutes than at any time since the '92 season when he was a much younger man. Michael springs free and takes the lob. 18 for the mailman. Jordan for three. And there's his answer.
I think that's his third three of the game, Bob. And going into this game, Kukoc and Pippen were a combined 4 for 23 from three at the Delta Center in the first two games.
It is his third tonight, and he has 19 points. Malone tries to answer, and can, and he has 20. A Jordan-Malone duel shaping up in Game 6. It was Russell's first basket. Here's Michael. He's got 21.
I'm watching Jordan, and he's in such a nice rhythm offensively. Everything is coming very easy to him. And right now they have to be really careful because this looks like this could be a 40-point game from him.
Tied at 43. Shaping up as a higher scoring game than we've generally had in this series. It's Hornacek.
See, Malone is getting the ball on the block where he wants it. They're running splits, they're running post-ups, and the Jazz are in a great rhythm right now.
Timeout Chicago. Utah by 2 with 1:49 to play in the half.
Let's watch the Michael Jordan possession that he scored on. Brian Russell, as he cuts, is going to give him a shot. Michael doesn't like it. Michael delivers a blow right there. So Russell pushes him back and he catches it. Now you got an angry Michael Jordan. He squares up and buries the shot. So the referees let both of them get a blow in, and Michael finished with a jump shot.
Jordan's the guy they want, even more so than usual, and that's why 15 of his 23 have come in this quarter.
He is in an unbelievable scoring mode. The backup and the fadeaway, and he hits the jump shot, then he comes back the next time, but he's wanting the ball in every possession. Can he play at this pace if Scottie Pippen can't play at all in the second half?
Hornacek off the back iron. After the missed three, Chicago comes back, looking to take the lead. Russell trying to contend with Michael. Finally, he misses one. Anderson tries to save it, but was on the line. If ever there has been an athlete, at least in recent history, able to will himself beyond even his considerable physical talents, it has been Michael Jordan. As Skip Bayless of the Chicago Tribune put it earlier in the playoffs, he's that rarest of athletes, a supremely talented overachiever. Stockton's all over Kerr. Now it's Hornacek on Michael. Fade away. He's missed 2 in a row now. Hornacek brings it back the other way. Stockton from Malone. Michael for three. Hornacek takes the rebound. Jordan had made 3 three-pointers earlier in the half. He's now missed 3 shots in succession.
Big possession here for the Jazz. A chance to get this crowd alive and up 4 going in at half.
Shot clock and game clock virtually identical. Stockton, foul. Chicago had a foul to give. Utah ball from the side, still plenty of time. 6.9.
They love to run high screen roll here with Stockton and Malone. Hornacek works in behind the ball, or Russell for a 3-point shot.
The foul was on Kerr, his second. He goes out. Harper in. Better defensive player anyway. Malone. The bounce to Russell. 2 big assists in the last couple of possessions for Malone. 3 seconds. Michael to half court. From there. Almost.
Now the big story here in the first half has been the condition of Scottie Pippen's back. He has really been hurting. But during the halftime, the massage therapist gave him ice, massaged. His back was having spasms. He got the spasms to stop, and Scottie Pippen is back out here on the floor. Whether or not he'll be able to play and play effectively, we'll find out.
All right, Jim, and here we go. Utah in possession as we start the third quarter. Malone right to work.
Now you watch Scottie Pippen, and let's take a look at how he's running. You see, he's laboring to get up and down the court. That back is still bothering him. Let's see how he goes.
The foul was Longley's third. Stockton stumbles.
And great offense by Malone.
He sits, Rodman enters. Russell for three. Malone in between two red shirts, pulls it down, and now he and Rodman all tangled up. And it's Malone's turn to laugh and taunt a bit.
It's a great hustle play by Karl Malone. You're going to see him. He just wants the basketball. Two Chicago Bulls, and he reaches in there with those powerful arms and just rips it away. The foul on Dennis Rodman.
His second. Hornacek into the lane, knocked away from him, but another Chicago foul. It's the Bulls' fourth foul, barely more than 3 minutes into the period. Utah doesn't have one yet. Michael hit with his second. Jordan pulls up and connects. 25 for MJ. Adam Keefe out, Chris Morris in for Utah. Here's Jordan. Off the back iron, Rodman trying to keep it alive. A tremendous hustling attempt, but Utah gets the ball. Malone had it go through his hands, and Rodman takes it.
I don't know, Doug. If I'm Jerry Sloan, I put Antoine Carr in the game. I don't mess around. I don't mess around with Chris Morris.
Kukoc can't tie it. Malone clears it. Stockton into the lane, tried the up and under on Harper, but it wouldn't go. And Chicago gets it back. That rhythm and flow, which we saw almost throughout the first half, pretty much has disappeared here in a choppy third quarter.
Bob, I just saw eye contact. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Scottie normally brings the ball up. He said, Michael, you come get it. Michael does not want to bring the ball up the floor. He has to use too much energy that way.
Is Pippen anything more than a decoy now on offense for Chicago?
He's the initiator of the offense. That's all he can do is be a post feeder and be a presence out there just so that they have to honor him.
4 seconds to shoot. Jordan missed it just before the shot clock sounds. Rodman battling like crazy, but can't quite hold on to it. Hornacek, he and Malone, Rodman and Malone, and Rodman just trips Malone up. They got to call a flagrant here. They've got to call a flagrant. It's the third on Rodman. He and Karl Malone, regrettably, are scheduled to wrestle. Why Malone wants to lower himself to that is anyone's guess. And Rodman apparently wants to start the wrestling now.
I tell you what, I love what I'm seeing, the battle between these two guys. They're fighting, giving it everything they got. Both of them are trying to push and shove and gain position. Karl Malone gives him a little knock. But at the end of the play, what I like the most is Malone and Rodman.
Was a flagrant called for there? What do you think?
I don't think that's a flagrant foul. The officials looked at the play, and they knew both of them were bumping and shoving. I think that's just good, hard-nosed basketball.
Now watch Michael Jordan give Brian Russell a shot, and then Russell gives Michael a little pushback. So all of a sudden, temper's starting to flare here, little Bob, as we get down to the game 6 here in the fourth quarter.
That's Dennis Rodman's way of trying to get in Karl Malone's head. However, Karl Malone is smart enough as a basketball player that he's not going to let that throw him out of his rhythm. We saw where Dennis Rodman would get Alonzo Mourning out of his rhythm or some of the other guys. Malone understands Dennis Rodman, and he's not going to let that stack bother him.
Malone has 23. And can't add to it. Kukoc takes it down. Chicago trails by 3 as we move inside 6 minutes to play in the third. Here's Pippen. The bad back makes Hornacek's assignment on him a whole lot easier. Left alone, he doesn't take the 3. Michael, fade away.
Now you watch Michael Jordan on the repost. takes a quick bounce, the reverse spin, fakes Russell out and shoots a nice fadeaway J. I would make Scottie Pippen make one of those three-point shots before I leave Michael Jordan alone in the low post.
Got to be more worried about Michael Jordan.
Jordan has 27 to Malone's 23. Here's Malone again. He was fouled. The basket would have counted, but it wouldn't stay down. That's exactly what he averaged in the 6-game loss last year to Chicago. But that average will go up a bit after today. Makes them both. Michael's pass to Scottie. And finally the tip drops.
Yeah, Isaiah, normally Scottie catches this ball in the back door and jumps up and power dunks this. You could see he could barely get off the floor. But Rodman with a great tip.
Utah by 2. Jordan. Off target. Rebound Malone. Hornacek driving on Jordan, knocked away from him. Stockton getting a breather with 4:15 to play in the third. Pippen got a hand on it. They've got to shoot it in a hurry and they can't get it off in time. 24-second violation against the Jazz. Is it time, as we get a quick look at Jerry Sloan and the laboring Scottie Pippen? Pippen giving it his best, and that time it was good enough.
As we said, with that back injury, that little jump hook in the middle is an easier shot for Pippen to shoot because he can extend with his long reach and his arm length.
Tied at 57. Hornacek had a good first half and hits this one.
They're really making Michael work on a lot of splits. Hornacek is being very active. They know that Michael is the majority of the offense today, so they've got to keep him in motion.
15 for Hornacek. Now trying to guard Pippen. Scottie splits the defense, can't hit the bank, but Rodman with a second tip.
You watch Pippen in the low post. They come to double team with Russell, and as he goes up for the shot, that leaves Rodman's clear for a clear tap in on the offensive glass. Now you watch Pippen trying to get up and down the court. He's really laboring.
Those early fouls have hurt Chicago, and Utah's taking advantage of it.
Kukoc knocked away, and there's a Utah foul. It's just their second of the period. Rodman out to Michael. Now screening for him. Morris fights through the screen. Michael takes him baseline, draws the contact and the foul. Michael's going to go to the line. Chicago, which generally has had many more free throws throughout the series than Utah, has hit 4 of 5 free throws in this game. Utah 15 of 21. As you said earlier, Doug, a huge difference.
Well, Chicago's done a good job now in this quarter of disrupting. He really helped disrupt Malone's timing. Now Longley's back in the game. So we'll see if they're able to attack him either with Carr or Karl Malone.
Tied again at 60. Malone left block where he likes it best against Rodman. When the double comes, he dishes it out to Carr. Now it's Hornacek. 3 seconds to shoot. Now they're going to have to force it. Hornacek off the back rim. Carr on the board. But there's a loose ball foul on Antoine Carr.
He's got to put some pressure on Malone in that low post.
Here's Burrell. He's off target. Back comes Utah looking for the lead. It's Chris Morris. Hornacek in the right place at the right time.
You see, early offense, they got the shot up, and they didn't let Chicago get back and get set up. And so even though they missed it, they got a chance for a second shot opportunity.
17 for Hornacek. Easily his best game since game 2. Michael confronted by Carr after he blew by Morris. And Jordan will come to the line.
They got to pick up the tempo a little bit. Right now, it's become too half court, and Chicago's got them in a situation using too much clock.
Michael misses the first as we check in with Jim Gray.
All right, John Stockton is now back on the bench. He was in the locker room for about the past 7 minutes. He was getting a chiropractic adjustment several places. He felt a little twinge, went back there, saw the chiropractor. They've worked it all out, and he will return to the game. Bob?
Throughout this series. 1 of 2.
Last shot of the quarter here. Be big for Utah if they get a score. It will push it to 5 or 6.
They're on their feet at the Delta Center. Caron Isley around Keith's screen. Now he gets it back and hits just before the buzzer. As we start the fourth quarter, Michael Jordan has scored 29 points. He's 10 of 24. At one time, he was 9 of 15. That means he's just one of his last 9. He's played 34 of the 36 minutes so far after playing 45 of 48 on Friday night. Remember, in the fourth quarter Friday, he was just 1 of 7 from the floor. You have to believe fatigue is an important factor now.
I think with Michael Jordan, he's smart enough to rest on defense and try to conserve his energy for offense.
Here he is on offense. And he'll be coming to the foul line just as the fourth quarter starts. But even those poundings take something out of him, right, as he goes to the basket.
Now, those are the things that take the most energy out of you. And the reason why, because if you can imagine yourself, if you had to wrestle with an individual for 2 minutes, that's very tiresome. However, when you're running up and down the court, that's an aerobic exercise. That doesn't take a lot out of you. So him going to the basket, taking that pounding, that takes a lot more out of you.
And also, right now is normally the time that Michael Jordan rests. He tries to rest the first couple minutes of the fourth quarter without Pippen. He's not going to get that rest.
Jordan against Anderson. He's still Michael Jordan. Whatever he has lost, through fatigue, through age, through whatever, has only brought him somewhat back to the field. He still leads the field. Morris out of the corner. Rodman with board position on Antoine Carr. Chris Morris has had a lot of open looks at threes like that in this series. Usually he's pretty good with them. In this series, he hasn't been able to hit them. Rodman drills a 20-footer and gives it that go-figure gesture.
Now remember, in game 2 in here, he hit that same shot to tie the game. This one brings him to within 1.
Isley returns it to Keefe on the screen roll, and he blows the dunk. Chicago can take the lead.
See, now Malone has to guard Kukoc now on the perimeter. Watch that matchup.
Jordan between the legs and the jumper. Off target, rebound Morris. Malone hands it back to Morris, who converts on the reverse.
The strategy on Scottie Pippen, they had him in the back, they were putting ice on his back and electrical stimulation for pain relief, and they were trying to bide their time up until the 10-minute mark to bring him back out and see if he could play the last 10 minutes of the game. As you can see, he's back, he's on the floor, we just have to see how it goes. Bob?
Michael is at the scorer's table, he's coming back. The next time play stops.
Remember now, they like to go to Anderson in the post on Bushler.
Carr from 20 feet. It spins out and Rodman is there. Brian Russell comes off Jerry Sloan's bench. As soon as he saw that Jordan was about to come back in, he calls on Russell, who probably will guard it. Kukoc to tie it.
There was a great screen by Steve Kerr to open up Tony Kukoc, sacrificed his body, took on the bigger Malone, so Kukoc can nail the three.
15 for Tony.
Utah's got to get some movement.
Morris to a cutting Anderson who was bumped. The basket may count. It does. Jordan back in. Takes the pass from Pippen. Russell is on him. He gets by him. Now Carr comes over and commits the foul.
Gave Russell the fake. Then he came baseline, and watch as he braces himself to absorb the contact. Knows that he's going to get fouled.
See, Michael is too good at finishing, though. You can't give him that baseline drive because he's going to get fouled. Isaiah, you got to push him back to the middle where you can help.
Jordan is now 7 of 10 at the line. We're told that the brief stoppage was because of a sign one of the fans was holding, and it had some offensive language on it. So they had it removed. Dennis Rodman, we're told, was the only player to protest its removal. Hornacek guarded by Jordan. Malone over Dennis. Rebound Pippen. Hornacek slapping at it. Scotty just hobbling around. The foul is on Antoine Carr, and that's his fourth.
The free throw line kept him in it, but right now, they're really struggling scoring.
And this was Chicago's defense has been dominant against Utah in the fourth quarter.
Jordan with the jumper. And with 37 points, as Utah falls behind now for the first time since midway through the second quarter.
See, he's headed for 40. I would start double teaming Jordan every time he touched it.
Brian Russell went down, and there's a foul on Kukoc.
Malone's getting the rebound. He's holding it, and rather than outletting where they can run.
Here is Stockton with Harper on him. Antoine Carr. Malone, 3 defenders on him, and they take it away. It's Pippen wincing as he comes up with the loose ball. Jordan over Hornacek. Short. A whistle underneath from Danny Crawford. Stay right here. Loose ball foul on Utah. Pippen, who can barely move, throws it in. In almost any other situation, he couldn't possibly be playing. Regular season, never. Even earlier in the playoffs, he'd probably be sitting. Jordan again. And Stockton pulls it down.
This is where they got to push it, get something quickly.
Underneath to Carl, and he was fouled.
He's missed 2 jump shots that would have given his team a 3-point lead. He's really upset about that because both of them were very makeable shots that Michael normally makes.
And Russell has done a good job guarding Michael Jordan, forcing him to shoot jump shots.
Malone busting loose with the huge game on Friday night. He had 20 in the first half. Jordan leads all scorers with 37. He's 13 of 30 from the floor. Utah back in front by 1.
Steve Kerr now in for Chicago. Remember, he spaces the floor and gives them another shooter if they do start running at Michael and scrambling their defense.
Michael again. Russell takes it down. Stockton has a little daylight, and Utah has a 3-point lead.
Transition basketball again. The little screen by Malone, and he hits the open jump shot.
Kukoc. Kerr. Pippen in the lane. Connects on the turnaround, playing through clenched teeth. Malone. Rodman wins the rebound battle.
That's a bad foul on Malone now because that's the 15th foul. Stockton pushing the ball up the floor. You see the screen right there by Antoine Carr, and Scottie Pippen cannot help out. And then Scottie Pippen with a quick post up in the lane, and the gutty effort by Scottie Pippen here. You can see as he catches the ball, it's so difficult, but he's got those long arms. He can still score over Hornacek.
Rodman to the line. Remember, he made 4 clutch free throws in Game 4. This one is long. Over the year, he's a 55% free throw shooter.
You see, Isaiah, he shot that ball. As he shot it, he sort of walked away from it. You've got to stay with that shot.
Yeah, he didn't even take a look at the basket. He has to get set, take a look at it, and knock it down.
4:46 left. If he hits this, he can tie it. Stockton glancing at the clock as he comes across. 4.5 minutes for Utah to end its season or prolong it. Stockton, 5 seconds to shoot. It's Hornacek. Malone. They'll bring it back out. The jumper by Carl. Utah back in front.
Great patience. Offensive rebound, kick it out, and Hornacek got it right back to him.
Malone has 29. Three seconds to shoot. Harper's not the guy they want to have do it, but he has to. And he beats the shot clock and cans a huge shot.
Doug, I think Utah is letting Scottie Pippen rest. I would go at him right now. He's trying to guard Antoine Carr, and Antoine Carr has a big advantage over him inside.
Russell. Driving against Rodman. Contact and a foul.
Now you watch Harper as he takes this shot. Does he get it off in time? I don't know. That's a tough call.
Well, you know what? If they miss that call, it's a 5-point swing in missed calls on shot clock situations. They took a Howard Eisley 3 away wrongly in the first half. This one was even closer, but it appeared that Harper may have been just a fraction of a second behind the shot clock.
That Harper took. I think that was a shot clock violation.
Russell steps to the line and knocks them both down. Stockton on Harper, out to MJ for 3. It's short. Hornacek pegging it ahead to Russell, but Michael, with whatever gas is left in his tank, gets back to pick it off. Rodman, offensive foul on Dennis. And that's 5.
Now, Isaiah, that's what you're talking about. Jumping out off that screen and make Michael Jordan be a passer. Throw it to Rodman, who can't finish.
And you saw Jordan right there complaining, saying Rodman needs to have a chance to come down. I thought it was a questionable call. When you look at this play, you watch Jordan come off the screen and he's double teamed, and as an offensive player, you're allowed to establish position and come down. It's a tough call right there.
Jordan has 37 points on 13 of 32. 2 of 7 in the fourth. He is 3 of 14 in his last 2 fourth quarters. Even Superman apparently gets tired. Malone, lots of room. Got it!
This play, Malone goes to the post. This time he goes and screens so Stockton can get to the middle of the floor. A mix-up, they trap, no one rotates, and Malone buries the shot.
Jordan spinning, double team, has to get rid of it. Gets it right back from Pippen. Double pump, knocked away by Carr, and a foul.
You got to take the ball out of Jordan's hands right now and make Harper or Pippen beat you from the perimeter.
Jordan's 9 of 12 now at the stripe.
Now you look at the job that Russell is doing against Jordan. He's keeping him out on the perimeter, not allowing him to come into the post.
He hits them both, making it a 2-point game with exactly 2 minutes to play. Stockton. Russell with a huge rebound. Tried to throw it off Rodman's leg as he was walking a tightrope and couldn't do it. Chicago back looking to tie. Michael. Short. Rebound Stockton. The jumpers come up short when fatigue is a factor. It's true of anyone, even the best of them. Rodman got in front and knocked it loose, but Chicago touched it last. Phil Jackson hot over that call. A minute 14 remaining.
Watch Hornacek on this play, wrapping off a triple screen.
Stockton for 3! That would have been a dagger in Chicago's heart. Instead, they could tie it or take the lead with a 3 of their own. Jordan. And a blocking foul. Stockton is down on the floor.
You watch Jordan fake like he's coming to the middle again. Russell gives him the baseline. Stockton comes over a little too late. Call the blocking foul on Stockton.
He cuts it to 1. Phil Jackson has told the Bulls during the last couple of timeouts, let's try to take it to the rack, go to the basket, not look for the perimeter shot. Jordan ties it. Maybe the 20-second timeout was, as much as anything, just to give him a breather to gather himself for the crucial free throws. 50 seconds. Malone. Cross-court Stockton, a 3. It's there!
Look how close his foot was to the line here. A 3 by inches. Now this is what Karl Malone has to do. He has to find the open man, and Harper runs at him. And normally it's Stockton and Malone. This time it was Malone to Stockton.
10 points for Stockton. At age 36, he's played more NBA playoff games than anyone in history without winning a title.
Now the Bulls would like to get 2 for 1 possession here. Try to get a quick score, get to the free throw line to give them 2 opportunities to 1.
Pippen into Jordan. Michael working on Russell. Brings them to within 1.
They scored within 4 seconds there. That's how quickly that changes now. Now it puts the pressure on the Jazz to score once again.
Jordan with 43. Malone is doubled. They swat at it and steal it. Here comes Chicago. 17 seconds. 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan. Open. Chicago with the lead. Timeout, Utah. 5.2 seconds left. Michael Jordan running on fumes with 45 points.
At the end of the game, you got to get it out of his hands.
This was really the play that hurt Isaiah because they scored so quickly. Michael got in there and scored within 4 seconds. And what happened was Michael doubled back. You're going to see he's into play. Look where Hornacek is setting the screen. Michael never clears, so Malone doesn't see him. He comes from the blind side and strips him. So 3 crucial plays here by Michael Jordan now as he gets Brian Russell with a quick crossover. Look at Brian Russell slips, and Michael pulls up and buries the shot to give him a 1-point lead.
That may have been, who knows what will unfold in the next several months, but that may have been the last shot Michael Jordan will ever take in the NBA.
Watch Jordan's left hand here as he gives Russell the push. The referee can't see that. Jordan frees himself up for a clean look. The greatest thing about Jordan is he has all the tricks. That's why it's so difficult to guard him.
If that's the last image of Michael Jordan, how magnificent is it? Stockton, Hornacek, Antoine Carr, Karl Malone, and Brian Russell. If they score, there's a game 7. If they don't, for the second straight year, they go out in 6. Stockton, Harper's on him, behind the screen. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship, and it's their 2nd three-peat. Jackson and Jordan, perhaps for the last time. Chicago 87, Utah 86. Jerry Sloan showing class, trying to shake hands with each and every member of the Chicago Bulls, who won 2 out of 3 here and 2 out of 3 in Chicago.
Thank you, boy. Dave, thank you, boy. Thank you.
Statistically, especially in terms of shooting percentage, Michael Jordan has had better games. But when you consider at age 35, the games he's played this year, the grinding minutes he's played, and Scottie Pippen being all but incapacitated tonight, and the fact that they're on the road, and the fact that the odds would shift to Utah's favor for a game 7, yes, MJ rose again.
The 2 best teams in the NBA this season were the Utah Jazz and the Chicago Bulls. These 2 teams in these finals, wonderfully matched and motivated, treated the world of basketball to NBA basketball at its heart-stopping best. To both teams, thank you, but to the Chicago Bulls, the 1998 NBA champion, and a team for the ages, congratulations to this team, to this organization, to its fans, and to these great players.
All right, Mr. Reinsdorf. Chicago Bulls fans all over the world would like to know, are you going to do everything you can possible to bring these guys back here to try to do this all over again?
Well, let me first, Ahmad, say that on behalf of millions of Bulls fans all around the world, it's an honor to accept this trophy. It's only unfortunate that we can't have co-champions, because this Utah Jazz team is just the greatest team that we've ever played. 2 years in a row, they took us as far as you could take anybody. Winning 6 championships in 8 years is unbelievable. It's a tribute to a great coach and his staff, great players, Scottie and Michael, an unbelievable performance by Scottie and Payne tonight, Jerry Krause and his staff, just unbelievable. And on behalf of millions of Bulls fans all over the world, I can only hope and pray that Michael and Scottie will come back and defend the championship one more time.
I take that as a yes. You are going to try to bring them back. Jerry Krause, you have to be very proud of this team.
I'm so proud of these players and the staff. And this is for the fans back in Chicago, the greatest sports fans in the world. and we're just so happy. We're going to celebrate safe, guys, and we'll be home tomorrow morning.
All right, Jerry, let me ask you, you do everything you can to bring these guys back.
Well, you know, tonight all I want to do is celebrate and have fun, and we're gonna talk later on. But this is a great occasion, and what Jerry said about the Utah Club, Jerry Sloan and Scotty Layden are special people, and this is just a great organization, and it's somebody that you're proud of that you can be with.
All right, Jerry, let's talk to Phil Jackson.
Yes,
again,
Ahmad.
Yes, once again, another journey to the top of the mountain. How is this one different from the other 5?
Well, Ahmad, we had to fight our way through this one. This is a real struggle for us this year against overwhelming odds. Maybe not as talented as the last 2 years, but they had a great heart. Hearts of a champion, as Michael has said. They won it.
All right, you will celebrate tonight. Are you going to come back?
Gee, that's a great question, Ahmad. I'll dodge that one right now. Thanks.
All right, Phil. All right, once again, it is now time for the 1998 NBA Finals Most Valuable Player Award. And once again, here's the Commissioner, David Stern.
Big surprise. 6 championships, 6 MVPs. Michael Jordan, get over here. You grace us with your presence. You've contributed mightily to our league. And tonight you gave one of the singular performances in the history of the NBA Finals. Thank you and congratulations, 1998 NBA Finals MVP, Michael Jordan.
Michael, you have won this award before, but somehow I have the feeling that this one is more special than all of them.
Well, let me say hello to my wife and my kids at home because they desperately wanted to come. I didn't want them to come here today because I wanted to focus on the game, but I wish they were here to help me celebrate. I know they're there cheering, and I can't wait to get home. But to the Utah fans, you guys are a tough bunch to play in front of. You guys came out with a lot of loyalty and respect for your team. You made it really tough for us. We really, after losing Game 5 in Chicago, a couple of us dread coming back to Utah because we had to deal with the fans because of the energy that they bring to the game. But we had no choice, so we had to come in and play our best, and you guys made it a very competitive finals, and you know it's very worthy to win this, and I think of all the championships that we've won, this is the toughest.
It doesn't get any easier, but at the beginning of the season, this was the goal that you set out for. How wonderful was it to make this into a reality?
Well, I tell you, when you start the season, I'm pretty sure every team next year is going to start with the focus of finishing and winning their last game. We started with that focus. It was a long road, a lot of different tasks and little bumps in the road, but somehow we made it, and I think everybody who looks at this year is going to have a lot of gratification and understanding and a lot of dedication.
There were a lot of times during the course of the season that people doubted the Chicago Bulls, doubted that you'd be able to come back and pull this off. Even during this finals series here, people doubted you. How did you guys stay so confident?
Well, I mean, this team is one. Our leadership is strong. Our leadership is very positive, very determined, and it filters down to the rest of the players. And we never let anybody give up. You know, we believed in it, and we kept coming for it.
All right, I've asked everybody if they're all going to come around to try to do this again. One more time?
I would love for that to happen. I think that's something that's going to have to be determined over the summer.
All right. Congratulations, Michael. Congratulations, Chicago Bulls. Let's go over to Jim Gray.
All right. Thank you very much, Ahmad.